Okay, so I think we got a little bit of a problem with the E90. I know it's a little dark out today, but we'll move the car in. I'm gonna start off the video here because um, here's what's going on. Let me show you. What the hell happened to my angel eyes? But we're gonna solve that today. Okay, so what we purchased. I got this from Amazon. It is the angel eyes. Now I've got an E90. My car is a 2011 and it's the facelift model, but it came with the halogens rather than the projectors. The angel eyes for the projector is a little bit different, but this is specifically for the halogen. So I ordered these, got them in the mail yesterday, and let's do a little quick look through and see how these are. I wanted to do like a quality check to see. Supposedly these are 80 watts, so I'm hoping they're really bright. I'll go into a little bit more detail about what each of these pieces are. Like, so this one here, you require per bulb, and then you've got the screws to hold them in place. You've got the connectors to go to the factory harness. So there's a couple things. The other thing is I've got one headlight which is aftermarket and one headlight which is the original. One aftermarket headlight is the reason why, oddly enough, the passenger side, like you saw, the one headlight that was on, or one angel eye that was on, is because the aftermarket headlight housing actually has two bulbs, one for each ring, whereas the factory one has one bulb per pair of rings. And so yeah, I'm kind of stuck with that. You know what, I've got the cars, they're not arranged properly right now. So the E90 is outside, the E36 is in here. Got some interesting stuff for the car too. So I've got the paint restore kit, or like I should say the underbody restore kit. I really wanted to make sure that when I'm working on the underbody, I seal the paint properly so it doesn't rust anymore. I've got that, and then I also purchased a set of coilovers. So we have interesting videos coming up with this car. Also, there's a problem with this car. Noise that this car is making is absolutely ridiculous. Like, it hurts your ears. So I'll show you how to fix that too, because I know what's causing it. I'll make another video on that. So little by little we'll get to it, but I'm gonna rearrange the cars and get the E90 inside, and then we'll continue on the installation of these. Okay, here's the noise we're dealing with. Let me just start up the car while I'm in the garage. It's late, but I'll move the car out before I start it up because it's going to cause a lot of drone. Alright, ready? I don't know if you guys can hear that. It is ridiculously loud. Sorry, neighbors. We gotta address that issue too. That's for another video. Car's filthy. I put it on the ramps just so that it's a little bit easier to work on the cars. Let me go ahead and pop the hood. Okay, so as you saw, this one's not working. None of the rings turn on, and it's because it's just a single bulb that powers both rings. Rather than getting the wheel off, getting the wheel liner out and all that. Remove the airbox. So remove these two screws. I think they're like 10 mils, and then disconnect your box from right here. Pull this straight up. Let's get started with that. Okay, so hopefully my camera doesn't fall. Okay, 10 mil. All right, so let's start with that. Let's zap these off really quickly. Today the weather wasn't too bad, and so I thought it's a good opportunity to work on the car. So, and all you really need to do is just let's do this with a flathead. So grab a flathead, pry this up a little bit, both sides, pull that off, and then pull up here. Now on this side you have the sensor, airflow sensor, so you can unplug that, and then right here like a hose clamp almost, And we'll just unscrew that where it's loose. And be careful not to damage this connector because they're easy to break. So let me unplug that. I can't do it with one hand. Okay, so I think I got everything disconnected. The sensor is off. Hose clamps loose. I think it's loose enough. Yeah, should be good. Lift up and pull towards you a little bit so that you can detach from the hose clamp. Pull on it, slight bit. There we go. And then your air box out of the way. While you're at it, if you want to change your air filter, it's in there. A couple screws, not too bad. So here, you just need to pry this clamp up, pull this cover off. There we go. And so you have a couple screws holding. So I have the LEDs from before. Obviously they're dead, but one screw there, one screw on the inside. Pop this straight off, unplug the connector, which is this one, and yeah, let's get to it. Whoa, almost dropped the camera. I'm gonna tilt this. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. That's a good enough angle. So unscrew right there. All right. Oops. Okay, now that that's out, just going to grab the bulb and basically put tape on it before so that it wouldn't disconnect as these connectors. Again, these aren't the greatest connectors, so they get loose. So I'll drop that tape and you just kind of pull it apart. That's it. The old bulb is out. Okay, so very quickly, new bulb. Okay, we have the air canceller, which plugs in to that portion right there. You get a close up of there, just like that. And on this side, it comes with this. And take one of these, insert this in. Now, I wouldn't secure everything until you know the wiring is correct, because I think if they are reversed, you will need to take them back off, flip them. That's exactly what I had to do with last time. Flip these. Okay, so I switched to my phone because my GoPro died. But I've got these plugged in, keep them separate so they don't make contact with one another. And then I'll have it plugged in down here to the factory harness. Before I wrap everything back up, let's try it out. There you go. So it's a good thing I didn't plug everything back in, just because they're not on yet, so I need to flip these. Let me do that really quickly. Okay, so after a little bit of digging, I figured out what was causing the issue. It's because, as you know, the E90s and a couple of the other BMW platforms uses a footwell module, the FRM. And what that does is it disables your light if it checks 50 times. And if the light hasn't been reset or fixed or changed, in my case, it'll basically set the short circuit counter to 50, which means it'll disable it. Thankfully, we have a way of resetting it now through an application, Pro Tool, rather than using INPA and setting it up on your laptop and all that. So go ahead, launch Pro Tool, and what you're going to do is connect to your car. In my case, I'm generation 2 because this is E90X. And then what you're going to do is scroll down to footwell module. And if you read errors, in my case, I'm going to see one of the DRLs is off, and that's because the BA9 bulb on my passenger side headlight, or passenger side angel eye actually, is now for some reason gone. It's not working. So I need to change that, but now I don't see, because I was able to reset that short circuit counter, you won't see that anymore. So I'll show you guys how to do it. If you go to functions, you'll see a reset short circuit counter, hit confirm, and operation successful. Once that's done, go ahead and restart your car. So in my case, I already did that, and what we're gonna do is quickly step outside so I can show you how it looks in the dark. There you go. Now my driver's side, and at least one of the passenger side angle-wise is on. So in all honesty, it's decently bright, nothing crazy. I expected it honestly to be brighter for supposedly 80 watts. My headlights are tinted, so I do have a smoke film on them. Nothing too dark. My headlights are very minimal tint. So I'll show you guys how it looks with the full headlights on. So that's DRLs. Turn it to auto. And this is with my actual halogen on. Now, so again, thank you for watching this video. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, I'll be more than happy to help you guys out. Just leave them in the comments below. And until next time, take care.